Lori, also known as Inspired Act, sharing with you today some self-help techniques that you can use to help relieve some low back pain as a result of hyperlordosis. Hyper being overly, and lordosis referring to the curvature in your low back. So sometimes the curvature in the low back can create compression on the spinal discs, and so hopefully this is something that will give you some relief, and these are some of the things that I do myself. Okay, so the 3 exercises that I use to relieve the pressure in the low back are yoga poses, starting with child's pose, moving into downward facing dog, and then finishing with standing forward bend. This is also really good if you have just done a back bend series that helps relieve the pressure and compression in the low back. So one thing that I want to make sure that you know is that before moving on to the next pose, make sure that all of the tension has released, and this can take some time. So you don't want to feel a stretch in the low back any further, and that's when you know it's time to move to the next pose. So child's pose is knees are a little more than hip width apart. You're going to sit down on your heels. You're going to take your chest down towards the floor. Now I'm experiencing some pain in my low back. That's actually why I'm making this video. So there is some compression in my low back. So I'm not going to be able to go all the way down like I normally do, but you're going to start down in child's pose, which looks like this. Fingertips can be extending in front. And you're just going to let your chest rest down towards the floor. You can turn your head to one side. And now you'll feel a really big pull in that low back if you have hyperlordosis. Now once all of that tension has been relieved, you're going to come onto your hands and knees, curl your toes under, press up out of the shoulders and press back into downward facing dog. Your heels are going to drop. Now it's okay if your heels, you can't straighten and drop the heels all the way. You just really want to, again, take the chest down towards the floor. And this really helps kind of neutralize the spine. And once you've held this and you no longer feel a stretch in your low back on downward facing dog, you're going to walk your feet in and clasp your elbows in standing forward bend, and this should finish pulling all of the tension away from that low back. So yeah, here's the deal: is just hold that until all of the tension has been relieved. And next I'm going to show you some videos where your kids or a partner can help out to really open up the discs in the low backs. Okay, so here is the partner pose that can help really relieve the compression on the low back. I learned this from my yoga partner, so I'm excited to share this with you, and it's a great way for me to connect with my kids. The first thing I'm going to do is go into downward facing dog. I'm going to go up against a wall. My hands are going to be up against the wall, and just watch. So I am in downward facing dog. Let me step in a little bit. And then Megan's going to get on my back, sitting almost on my sacrum. And then she's going to press her feet into the wall. Are we too far away, China? No. And there we go. And so when she presses, look, you can see my hands can come off the floor. Well, let them come back down. And so basically, her pressing her feet into the wall, she's pushing, pulling the low back away from the discs and creating space between the discs, and this feels absolutely fantastic. Another thing that she does for me, okay, that's plenty. Another thing, go ahead and step off, Jenna, that she does for me is when I'm in child's pose, is that she sits on my low back. Sometimes she lays on it. Don't do that. Not exactly like that. Try it again, China. Come do it again. Hurry. We don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
Oops. Blooper. Easy does it, Rambo. All right.
So just the weight of her body on me really helps press the, I don't know, just relieves the pressure in the low back. Go ahead and hop off, Jenny. So
those are a couple of things that I do with the kids that, or you can do with a partner. You know, I've done it also with my yoga partner, and it really helps to relieve the pressure in the low back. So hopefully you guys give those a shot, and that's it. Take care.